Hi, my name is Aubrey, and the book that I am reviewing today is called A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. So a little background about this book. I'm going to school to be a secondary education, to be an English teacher, preferably in high school. So I've been trying to look at books for children a little bit older that I can apply with my future students. So at my public library, they have a section called Tweens, which is for older children, aged like 9 to 13. So I was looking in the tween section, looking for a new book to read for this class, and I found this book on the shelf. And to me, I thought it was going to be like a creepy, kind of gross horror book. It looks kind of creepy. It talks about a monster, and then inside there are a lot of kind of creepy illustrations. So as a girl that likes flowers and sunshine and everything, I was like, this is definitely out of my genre comfort zone, so I decided to read it. So I started to read it one night at like 10 p.m. I just thought I'd read maybe 10 to 15 pages, but as I started to read, I realized that the book was about something much different than I had previously imagined. The book is actually about a boy named Connor. He's 13 in the book, and his mother is very sick. It seems like she has cancer, but it doesn't directly say. And so Connor lives alone with his mom. His dad's kind of out of the picture, and so the book's broken up into two parts. First, it just talks about his life with his mother, what's going on with his mother's health, and then the second part is every night, while everyone's asleep, a tree in his backyard comes to life, turns into this creepy tree monster. And the creepy tree monster, here's a picture of it. And the creepy tree monster talks to Connor. And the monster tells Connor that he's going to tell him a series of stories, and that at the end he wants Connor to tell him a story. Connor kind of goes along with this. It's a little weird. It's the whole story's fantasy, but Connor goes along with it because he thinks the monster is going to help him in a situation. He thinks the monster is going to crush his enemies, that the monster is going to heal and save his mom somehow, and so he listens to the monster stories and he does what the monster asks him to do. But ultimately, the book, I don't want to give too much away, but the book helps Connor accept and deal with his mother's eventual death. So it's a very, very heavy topic, but it's dealt with in a fantastical, monster telling stories about kings and queens and dragons kind of way, so that children can kind of take it in. Like I said, I started this book about 10 p.m. and I bypassed my bedtime, which I almost never do. That's how you know. It was really good, and I finished it about 2 a.m. When I finished it, I just cried. It was really, really powerful book for me. More about this book. I would say this is for like young adult. It has only 200 pages. The font's kind of big. It's written like a cutesy storybook kind of. It has that many pictures. The font's that cute, I would say. But because the topic is very sad, I would personally not recommend this book for all children who are capable of reading it. I would recommend this book for specific children who have or are dealing with the death of a loved one. I think this book would be very helpful for them. They would be able to find a hero in Connor who they could relate to, and they could try and understand the experience. I myself, while reading it, was able to process some of my feelings about close friends I have lost as a teenager. And so I would really recommend this book as both a teacher and a parent to specific children who have to face doubts about death in their life, Why do people die? Why do some people die and some people live? And how do you just accept that? And what do you do when a loved one you know dies? The book is very deep. It is very interesting, and it's a wonderful page turner. I recommend any adult to read it, and I hope that all of you will be able to give this book a chance. I immediately, I ordered a copy to put in my personal library, and it's one of my new favorite young adult / older children's books about death and tragic things that happen in our lives. And I think this could be a very powerful book when paired with the right child. So I hope you like this recommendation and will consider it in the future. It's a page turner, I promise you.